Donald J. Trump will treat and is treating the White House like it's a reality show in this breaking story. And we all know his favorite phrase from that reality show. But the truth of the matter is, while we are very concerned about all of his cabinet picks, especially when they're confirmed and involved in incredibly important positions in the White House affecting all Americans, there is also a reality for the personnel, all of the personnel in the rest of his White House staff, also being sycophants. The problem with having people who are only there because they're loyal to you or you believe they are, that means they're waiting for any form of direction because they're not really very experienced at what you're having them do. And yet that's exactly what Donald Trump wants. You remember, this is a man who said out loud in quotes, "We will only have the best people." This is also a man who once said in quotes, "I and I alone can fix it." When you have someone like this running a country of 330 million people surrounded by nothing but billionaires, oligarchs, and have paid off all of the elected officials, you no longer have three branches of government. Let's just be reminded about who Donald Trump is when it comes to post The Apprentice. Before I show you this breaking story in a few seconds, take a look at this.
As the Scout law says, a scout is trustworthy, loyal. We could use some more loyalty, I will tell you that.
You're fired.
If there's one thing that Donald Trump values, it's loyalty. Even before he got into politics, the president liked to talk about how much he prized loyalty.
You're fired.
Dedicating an entire chapter to it in one of his business books.
You're fired. You're fired.
During the campaign, he asked people at rallies to raise their right hands and swear their support for him, a move he later said was just for fun.
Raise your right hand. Vote on or before
You're fired.
the 12th for Donald J. Trump for president.
You're fired.
Trump has even pressed subordinates for loyalty at times when it would be considered inappropriate.
You're fired.
But for Trump, loyalty can be a one-way street.
You're fired.
Some of the most loyal members of the Trump campaign didn't get jobs in his administration.
I'm proud to endorse Donald Trump for the next president of the United States.
New Jersey Governor Chris Christie was even replaced as head of the transition team once Trump won.
You're fired.
Trump may demand loyalty, but his reluctance to return it will only make it harder to get in the future.
You're fired.
A lot of people will say I use my platform, whatever that means, for good. But I do believe everybody uses their platform for good. The power of food is the realization that the most important energy on planet Earth is not the fuel that moves our cars or that helps us light our homes. But the most powerful energy we have on planet Earth is the food that moves humanity forward.
And so in this breaking story, what did he just post on Truth Social? Holy smokes. Look at what he's done already, and just think for a second about what these people have meant over the last 4 years to America. Here is the breaking story right now. Breaking news. Trump's first full day back in White House includes firings and an infrastructure announcement. President Donald Trump is spending his first full day back in the White House meeting with congressional leaders, making an infrastructure announcement and demonstrating one of his favorite expressions of power, firing people. Breaking from Donald Trump's own post in Truth Social, in quotes, "Our first day in the White House is not over yet. My presidential personnel office is actively in the process of identifying and removing over 1,000 presidential appointees from the previous administration who are not aligned with our vision to make America great again. Let this serve as official notice of dismissal for these 4 individuals, with many more coming soon. José Andres from the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition. Mark Milley from the National Infrastructure Advisory Council. Brian Hook from the Wilson Center for Scholars. And Keisha Lance Bottoms from the President's Export Council. You're fired, all caps." From AP, Washington reports, President Donald Trump is spending his first full day back in the White House meeting with congressional leaders, making an infrastructure announcement and demonstrating one of his favorite expressions of power, firing people. The new president posted on his Truth Social media network early Tuesday that he would fire more than 1,000 presidential appointees. quotes, who are not aligned with our vision, including some high-profile names. In all caps, he wrote, "You're fired," Trump said in his post, his catchphrase from his reality TV show, The Apprentice. As said, do I believe that there are actually competent, experienced people who happen to be conservative and Republican voters that could fill some of these positions? Absolutely. Do I believe that Donald Trump will actually seek out, try to find, and cherry pick the best people for those positions while he gets rid of all these folks who have been so crucial to this country over the last 4 years? No, I do not. I think he is emotional. I think he is knee-jerk. I think he's a 9-year-old emotionally in terms of maturity, and he will only grab quickly those that he knows will cower to him, stroke his bad orange hair, and just do whatever he says. And worst of all, for personnel in the White House staff, wait for him to direct them to do any damn thing he pleases. That is my concern. You cannot fill a place like the White House with just followers of your kiss the ring philosophy. You can't do it. You have to have people who know their job, who can work on their own. Folks, again, remain calm, keep breathing, live your life, enjoy, talk to people regularly, including those you don't agree with. But holy smokes, whew, stay frosty.